Hey everyone, Luca here. Welcome to the latest installment of The Way It Is. We're going to do another one of these walk and talk outside videos just because it's such a beautiful day. So, and before I forget, because now I have to remind everybody, press the like button and ring the bell, subscribe, do all that stuff if you really like the podcast and the content and the videos you're seeing. That would be awesome. Thank you so much. So, today we're going to talk about, I got a call out of the blue the other day from a longtime friend and client, lived in their own residence, sold their house about 5 or 6 years ago, comfortable professionals. And then he just came out of the blue and said, hey, listen, I think I want to buy an investment property. And I said, okay. And knowing that these people had never had an investment property and really didn't know much about it. So I said, okay, sure. What's triggering that? Well, I've got some extra money, I've got this home equity loan and thought that, maybe that would be something to do. And with the, the market and be something good for the future. So, which is, I always think, a great idea because I always believe real estate is the best asset that you can hold for at least a stable, long-term, appreciable asset. Anyway, so I said, well, listen, let me do this for you. And we do this for all our investors. We have a pretty detailed financial spreadsheet analysis that we do for our investors that breaks down all of, the income, all of the expenses projected, of course, and some that are real in terms of taxes, insurance, utility costs, internet, if you're paying for internet for tenants, property management costs. Anyway, all of those projected potential costs that are going to come out when you own this property. Because a lot of people, just like this fellow, I think, they get information, they hear somebody or hey, someone owns this rental property, they're doing really well with it. Well, not everything is always as it seems, right? So I did the analysis, and unfortunately, with the recent rise in interest rates, investment properties, of course, not that they don't perform well, but there's a direct correlation between return on investment and the rising interest rates. Because, of course, every increase in interest rate means it's dipping into your profit, right? So you got to be careful about that. So when I did all the analysis, and I did just generic saying, hey, listen, if you bought for $600,000, if you bought for $550,000, because truly you can't get a whole lot, as we know, for around those price ranges, especially if you're going to buy just a single family home, and whether that be a semi or a townhome or a condo, any of those things, right? So after I did the analysis, basically, and you'd have to put a minimum 20% down, even upwards of 35% down at today's interest rates to make the math make sense. And that means if you really want a return on your investment, and by an acceptable return on your investment, we still try to get clients into properties that are producing a 5% return. You go into the GTA, they're accepting 3, 3.5, even below 3, I've heard in some instances. So, of course, that's a different mindset and a different market altogether. Because your expectations are one of two things. You're either, if you want to buy it and just hold it and break even, then yes, then you can do that pretty much, not with every property, but you can pretty much do the scenario I just described to you. But if you want a return on your investment, if you want cash flow, then those are different criteria, and that's going to be really specific to the type of property that you're going to want to get, how you're going to finance it, how much equity you're putting into it, and how many units you're going to have in the property, right? So the more units you have, the potential for returns are better because you're adding extra income into the picture, right? But again, the offset to that is chances are if there's more units in the property, the price was going to go up as well. So anyway, I thought I'd have this conversation with you just because the call came in this week, and I figured that there's a lot of us out there, or a lot of you out there, that would probably be having the similar situations or similar thought processes and have the same questions. So I hope this answers at least the start of it. And I'd really love, if you have any questions whatsoever, if you want to have a detailed conversation, please reach out to me or to Sam or Joel, because we do this every day, all day, and we'd love to talk you through the process. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.